Good afternoon, everybody. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Tennessee, and I hope you all are having a fabulous day. I thought that I was going to be doing a video about how to place a bare root orchid into New Zealand sphagnum moss for you today. As you all know, I was making decisions about my Phal Soho Lawrence Tahiti Sunset. It's been in water culture now for about 3 months. It's done very well in water culture for 3 months. And I was getting some new root growth on it. And I thought, okay, this might be a really good time to put this one into some New Zealand sphagnum moss. I needed to go ahead and make the decision because I've got some good roots growing that could anchor this plant down into a mossy home. So I'd already made up my mind. I try to kind of make up my mind in a timely manner so it kind of, so at least the decision is made and I can move forward, right? Okay, so I thought, let's do a repotting video today. And I thought the first thing I need to do is I need to find this one an orchid pot. So these are the two things that I found. Okay, I considered this. This is a 12-ounce plastic solo cup that I put holes in the bottom to make it an orchid pot. My husband does that for me. And then I've got this 4-inch orchid pot with the holes and all that good drainage and airflow. I love these orchid pots. They're very, very nice. So between the two of these, I thought this is going to make this orchid a really good home. One of the problems that this orchid had was remaining stable in a pot. It was always kind of floppy in the pot, which is not a good sign because that can cause the longer roots to crack. So I thought, okay, let's see which one it fits down in. It doesn't fit down into either one of these. I've got this one long root in this water culture, and it will not fit in either one of these. So guess what? She has chosen her home. I'm going to keep her in water culture. And so many of you have asked me, why can't you just take like these air roots and just put them down into water culture? Phalenopsis orchids' roots are not that pliable. And I have found that when you try to make them conform into a mold, they will not. They'll either snap or they will crack. And you think that a cracked root, that's not a big deal, but it is. It's a damaged root and it won't work properly. So you want to leave the air roots that spill out over your pot like this, you want to leave them alone unless they just really, unless they're really pliable and you can put them down in the water safely. But the bottom roots here, they would not conform into these pots, not at all. Some of you have also asked me, are these roots important to the plant? Most certainly. They extract moisture from the air and they help support the plant. The air roots are very, very important to the plant, so you don't ever cut those off. So the general rule of thumb is you don't ever force a root down into a pot. When they're going to fit down into a pot, it's more like they fit into a glove. Actually, that's exactly what it's like. They just kind of go down into the pot, they fit in it, and they just look happy immediately. This one, it did not do that at all. It wants to stay in this container. So I was also wondering about keeping it in water culture because this one does have a spike on it. And I thought, oh boy, if I disturb that spike, that is not going to be good. Also, the tips of this secondary, see the secondary spiking going on here. And I also have, let's see if I can get it. See, I've got a secondary spike right here as well. So it may be just as well that this one decided to stay in its home, but it would not fit in those orchid pots. So that's an easy decision for me. Sometimes, usually, they make the decision for you. So just wanted to give you that update on this orchid. I really did think I was going to be putting it into sphagnum moss. I'd finally just made up my mind that was what I was going to do, because I don't like having these decisions dangling over my head for too long. But I'm glad that I went ahead and decided to find a pot that it fit in. So there's my update on Tahiti Sunset, and I will be growing this one in my eastern facing window here in my sunroom, and I'm sure it's going to get plenty of light over there this whole winter. It's so important for your water culture Phalenopsis to get plenty of light. That is a very important thing. If you place them in a dark room, they usually just don't do anything but rot. So make sure they're getting some good eastern exposure sunlight. Morning sunlight is what they really like the best, or some dispersed afternoon sunlight. They also like that. Mine actually get both back here in my sunroom. That's the reason why my orchids like it back here so much. So that's my update for you all, and I'd love to say the blessing over you. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn his face towards you and give you his peace. You all make it a great day. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.